Hello everybody, it's been a long time. I'm just here to show you a few things that I've done in the time that I've been missing from YouTube. I haven't really been feeling like doing videos, or I haven't even been watching mixed media videos. I've been watching more binge watching on, like Downtown Abbey, or not lately, but a lot of quilting videos, but I've kind of gotten away from that too as well. Kind of really haven't been doing much of nothing. No, well, I have been doing things, but yeah, and I was mentioning, I was talking to the girls on Mary Altier, her live one day, and I was telling them that I was doing this rag rug, and everybody, please let me show you. So this is the video where I'm going to be showing you the things that I have been doing in the meantime, which isn't much, but yeah, I have been doing some things. The first thing is, oh dear, they're not in order, but yeah. This is a book that Nancy Vastine sent me, and it is so interesting. It takes you all, on how to make your stamps. I'm not good at carving. I've been thinking of buying the carving tools, but like I said, I haven't really been doing much mixed media, so I haven't really been, interested in buying stuff either. So yeah, it's a beautiful book, and I had this beautiful, here it is, yeah, this one here, which I wanted to copy. So I made my own stamps out of styrofoam, and I got this made. Just take that away from the back. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'll be out of breath, and I don't know why. I have to go to the doctor's and check this out, because I don't smoke anymore, so I don't know why this thing is, when you're trying to always catch your breath. So this is I know I did it on a material that's really, really, thin, but it was just to try out, but it actually came out really cute. And here is the huge needle. Reminds me of my mommy. This little cactus plant. I'm wondering if you can see it better like that. Probably, yeah. So yeah, it was more to try this out. So it is a tryout. I can always cut this out and add it to a cushion, because it did come out okay. And I was just adding some pearls to it as well too. Like, it's really, really cute. Oh gosh, you guys, I have the worst pain in my knee. And it hurts more when I'm sitting down and not, standing up. So I'll put this to the side. You guys, excuse me if I'm always trying to catch my breath, but I just can't help it. So this is another thing that I have been doing. It's for a dear friend of mine. She knows who she is. It's kind of taken me long to send them out to her, but I do have to send them out to her. And who knows her and who knows me, because she does videos. She's one of our, our she's wonderful. She's a wonderful person. She's a one. I have to. She sent me a message the other day, and I still have to reply to her. And I'm sorry, you guys, I can't catch my breath. So yeah, I've been making this for her new cottage. So yeah, probably who knows me and who knows her knows who I'm talking about. And yeah, I have to send them out. And I'm just going to send them out like this because of the mail being so costly as well too. I'm not going to do anything else with it. If she wants to make cushions out of them, or she wants to make, a little wall hanging out of them. And I don't know why I did two back then. But yeah, I like the idea of having two of them. So that way, if she's going to make cushions or whatever, but I think they're going to look really, really cute in her, wherever she wants to put them. Next thing. These boxes. So I have lots of them. You could see what I've been eating this summer. And they're really interesting because they open here on the top like this. If they're open properly. My kids usually rip them open. And some of them, a lot of them I've had to, close up and put in the recycling. But the ones that I have opened, I've opened them up carefully. And I want to, because I have, I think, 6 or 7 of them saved. I want to Amy gave me this idea, and oh my goodness, what's her channel called? Oh, I'm so sorry, Amy. I'll put her link down below with her name so that way you guys know who I'm talking about. But yeah, she does lots of videos on recycling, repurposing, and build your stash. That's the videos that she does, and which I haven't watched in a long time as well either. But what I'm thinking is to join these boxes one after another and doing actually 2 rows of them. The bottom ones will be opened here, and I'll probably make drawers for them. And the top ones I'm going to, put them on. So I'll probably 3 boxes in a row and then 3 on top to make, a storage thing for my desk. I'm not sure, if it's going to be sitting on my desk or if it's going to be sitting elsewhere, but it's going to be storage. For what, I don't know yet. But I did do one a long time ago, which I had to show in one of my videos, of just trying these things out. So this I did, when I did this is when I did my last videos on the baby wipes. So these are baby wipes that are glued to paper and then cut out with the Big Shot. This is a die that I have that's really cute. It's got little mini clogs on it. I painted the box and I put all these clogs on them and then kind of dressed it up. I'm not really crazy about this box. It's cute, yeah, okay, but I'm just not crazy about it. I just wanted to try these clogs with the cutting them out with the baby wipes, and they come out beautiful. And on the inside, I have, all the stuff that I've cut out. Some of them are finished with PBO paints, like this owl here. And then I have them layered in here with paper, so that way I can go through them quickly and find them. So I got flowers cut, and in here I don't know what I have. You guys have seen this all before. If you go back into my videos and see, there's a video with, what you can do with baby wipes. This one here, which is very pretty. Imagine these on, journal pages and things like that. So yeah, this is full of, those things. And I've found a place for these, more clogs. They look really, really cool when they're like that. I'm sorry. I keep on apologizing. I'm so sorry. Okay. What else have I been up to? Oh, should I go with, no, I'll keep on the mixed media way. So I've had a lot of these stamps that, are the thin ones here that you have to add some stuff to. So when Nancy Vastine sent me that beautiful book, she sent me also foam, and plus I've bought foam as well too. So what I've done is this, I think this foam is the one that I've bought, and this is the one that she sent. So what I've done because I couldn't use these stamps, they were just too thin to hold. I wasn't getting a good stamp out of them, and plus they don't stick to your acrylic blocks. So I've made, all these foam. I've passed my time, doing these all. And, yeah. So, and it was a shame that I wasn't using them because of that, because they were marking. You could see here, how a stamp gets. In fact, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to look where, and it's what I've been doing with the other ones, look where, where your stamp touches and makes a mess every time you want to stamp it. I'm probably going to cut this out here too. Cut it as close as I can around the word, because now that I can grab them better to stamp. And then I've done them with these other stamps as well too that I had, and they were very thin. So, and the reason why I put 2 layers of foam on them is so that way I can stamp and see exactly what I'm looking when I'm looking for them, what to find. And it was just these stamps that I don't have very many of them, but yeah, I had to fix these stamps up because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't using them. What else have I been doing? I did this. In here I have a whole bunch of scraps of the fabric, and I had this, I have a lot of these little bags here. They're from, when the kids have bought something or I have bought something. So what I did was I took the bag apart and I laid it flat, and then I decorated it all. And I put this this rope that I made. If you look on YouTube for fabric rope, I think you can look it up, and it'll show you how to make this rope. It's really cool. So I made this little gift bag that I can use in the future to give away something, to give a gift away. And I've put this rope. I've just put this rope to try it out more or less because I'm not really crazy on how it looks together. Or I'll add some burgundy in this bag and keep the rope. Or I'll change the rope for ribbons. I'm not sure yet, but it was just a tryout. That's all it was, you know. I do a lot of that. I try things out, and so that's another thing I've been doing. And I have lots of these little bags, so I would like to, you know, to use them up this way. This is the rope that I've made. I put it on a spool. Let me see if I can find the beginning. Today I'm waiting for, from Amazon, I'm waiting for a couple of books that I've ordered, and they have to do with, they're mixed media, but it's all for fabric, you know, what you can do with fabric, and I'll show them to you when they get here, in my next video. So yeah, this is it's a twisting method that you do with fabric scraps. Okay. Another thing I've been doing is, you guys all have seen these, my beads, but I have been painting egg cartons to put them in. So that way I have them more organized, even though they kind of stick together. It's the varnish that I'm using naturally, but they come apart right away. And so that way I have these beads in here because I'm still, you guys, thinking about opening this Etsy shop and wanting to sell this stuff. So I'm trying to get organized with that too. And I will show you the hat box now that I have been decorating hat box wise, because I have all my little bundles of fabric in there that I do want to sell on my Etsy shop. So okay, what else is there? Jobs that I do want to do, because I want to show you this beautiful picture too. This is my niece. She's 10 now. Yeah, she's 10, but this is when she went in Russia. I think it was the first time she went in Russia with her mom, because her mom's Russian, and they live in Germany now. But I've been collecting some frames that I have that I want to decorate and put back with family pictures that I have all over the place. And I took this away today, and I want to get started on this. It's kind of fabric, but yeah, I want to fix this one up here too. Okay, what have I've been doing lots of baking. I've written down some things here so that way I don't forget what I've been up to. And gardening. Okay, I have these beautiful 3 vases. I'll put something here so that way I have these beautiful 3 big huge terracotta vases in front of my house, and I have no luck. I do not have a green thumb. This year, I even planted geraniums in them because I thought, you know what, it's a resistant flower. It's not going to die on me. No way. They died on me. So lately, I've been taking all the flowers out of these pots, and I've been substituting them with cactus plants. So hopefully, those cactuses don't die on me either. So yeah, I've been doing some of that, but been doing it slowly because the plants aren't completely dead, and even one of them even flowered the other day, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to take it out yet. I've done one of them, so I still have another 2 to do. And there's an old video of my house, and I think I start outside, and outside I have this 3-layered stand that used to be in my husband's store with tiles in it. These beautiful hand painted tiles from a company here close by in Sicily, and my husband wasn't selling these tiles anymore. I don't know I think this place closed down, so he was stuck with I think the guy took the tiles, but he left us this stand. And so in this stand I planted all these cactus plants, and they're doing lovely. They're cactus plants, and you just got to remember to water them once a year. No kidding. In the summer I have to water them much more, because here it's very hot summers, but in the winter time not so much. Having a sip of my coffee. So what can I show you guys now? The carpet that I was telling everybody about. Oh, I did a baby blanket in the meantime as well too. Another blanket for my grandson that I adore, and I spend lots of time with him as well too. I go there in the morning and he already starts because I used to have a playpen here for him because I was so afraid that when I did have him in my, in my home, that if I had to run to the bathroom or something, he would stay in there to play sometimes, but not very often. I could put him in there and I know that he would be safe. So and even if he would fall asleep, I would put him in there and know that he would be safe and he wouldn't fall off. Now he even knows how to get down from a bed. He's, it's like having 10 eyes on him right now because he opens up cupboards, and my house isn't really childproof anymore. It used to be once upon a time. For 15 years, I never had anything on my coffee table because I had my kids pretty much one after another every 3 years. But, having 5 boys, I preferred not having anything on my coffee tables and, anything that could harm them instead of having them there and moving them all the time. With him, I'm kind of moving them all the time because he's not here as much as my kids were. But when he is here, even on the table, I put a basket full of, apples that I made out of fabric, so that way he can even play with those. And he can't break anything and hurt himself. Anyways, lately I've taken away this playpen because it was taking a lot of space I had it in my living room. And I substituted with, an old wooden box an old trunk that I have. It's a smaller one, and I put all his toys in there. But I thought, you know what, when he's playing with his toys, I would like to have a carpet on the ground for him. And for years I did have, all these fabric strips, because I did try doing this carpet once upon a time out of crochet with fabric strips. But it was oval and it wasn't working for me. It kept on clumping up and it was really, really bugging me. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to do it, back and forth, like I would do an Afghan or something. So this is what I can't show you the whole thing, but I could show you part of it. I even made tassels. So this is my carpet. Now I could say it's about 4 feet by maybe 5 feet by 3. It's a perfect size. And it's been made and taken apart twice. Not the whole thing, but I did get at a good point because I realized when I was making it the first time that I made it way too big, and it's already heavy as it is, and it's a carpet that I will want to be washing in the washer. So I have to make it reasonable to fit in the washer. This would be impossible to wash by hand because it's just so heavy, and and it's a carpet, and my dog, my lab, she thinks it's for her. So every time I put it on the ground for him, she lies down on it. So I would like to be able to wash it often when I need to wash it. So I had to make it a reasonable size. This size will fit in the washer. So this is the carpet, and it's just done with a normal stitch, a normal crochet stitch. And I'll show you how I would prepare. I have one here, I think. This is what was left over because I had to stop it. So I would prepare all these fabric strips. They're about, I would say, 1 inch for you guys, 2 centimeters for me, and then I would fold them in half and make balls. So they're all tied together, and then all different types of fabric. You guys can use, old sheets. Goodness, because I had so many of these balls already made because I was intended that I had to do this carpet back then, oval. I wanted to use those up, and plus I did have to cut, rip up a whole bunch of other fabric and make more because it wasn't enough what I had. Some of them you can see the knots here that were attached by knots, but I usually would, let me see if it's added like that, right here, see that? These are attached in a different way. There's lots of videos on this as well too. It's really easy to do. It's not hard, and yeah. And if you want, you can look up rugs. I don't think I saw on YouTube a rug like this, rectangle. There's lots that are oval, and they really explain very well, how not to let it crumple up. But like I said, I wanted to do this type of size. It was fast and easy, so that's my carpet. And then I put, to make it fun, I made these tassels, which make a mess. Every time I lay this carpet out for the baby, which is every day, because I see him every day. He lives right beside me. So the joy of having your kids live close to you is that you can, and, to help out my daughter-in-law, because he's kind of hyper, yeah, and naturally she wants to sometimes clean her house, and he's going back and forth. He even fell the other day because she was washing the floors, and he slipped, and thankfully he didn't hurt himself. But I tell her, when you have to do things, just bring them over here. Whatever I'm doing, I'll just stop doing. I'm not obsessed as I used to be once upon a time on my cleaning anymore. I am when he's around, and in fact, I was telling my friend that the other day, that I never had animals in my home when my kids were small, because it was kind of, even if my house would be messy, but I don't know, I had this thing about worrying that, not that they were going to get sick, but them being on the floor and everything, and now, with my grandson, yeah, I do worry about that. I like to have, because he's always on the floor too. He'll drop a cookie, pick it up, and put it in his mouth again. So I know. Apparently, they say they get good what's it called in English? Anticorps. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah. Enough of him. I can't stop talking about him. So that was the carpet. What else did I have to show you? This is another thing that I was doing as well too, and I still have one more to do. So these are duvet covers. Now I bought the duvets for my kids a couple of years ago at IKEA, and I bought the covers for them, which were on sale at Lidl, and I wasn't really crazy about them. They didn't really go well with my kids' room, and they're beautiful flannel gray, and I love the colors and everything, but they don't go in my kids' room. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make them. I have so much fabric in the house, because I used to go crazy on buying fabric. I used to go to the market every Saturday and just look for fabrics, and which, if I do open up this Etsy shop, and the selling of these little bundles of fabrics go well, I will be probably going more to the market and starting to buy, because you'll go to the market and on the floor they have all these pieces of fabric, and they'll probably be, $2, $3, $5, depending what type you're going to buy. There could be some expensive ones as well too. But you can find so much at this market. It's so much fun too, and you can buy anything you want. There's food, there's ribbons, there's cushions, there's towels, there's clothing, there's shoes, there's everything. So like I said, for years I went to the market and would buy these fabrics, and I've accumulated a lot, and they have to be used up. So on one side there's this beautiful corduroy, and on this side there's this strip of fabric here that I wanted to add, because this fabric here was not big enough for my duvet to fit it in there. The corduroy was. So I had to add this strip of fabric, which looks good as well too. I still have to give it a good ironing. And I love this fabric. Now, the problem is that I shouldn't have put the corduroy on it, because they're really heavy. This is going to be a great little blanket for autumn now, without the duvet in it. And then once the winter hits really good here, I'll put the duvet in it. But this is, it's a nice little heavy blanket for the autumn. So I will be putting them on soon. And for now, I've made 2 to go in the big boys' room, where 2 of them sleep. And then my youngest son, he's in another room, which if I don't want to do it now, I don't have to, because I can just put the one that I bought on his thing. So that's another thing that I did. I didn't close up the top very well. Like I just did this seam here. There's no buttons or anything. I'm going to see how it goes, putting them on and seeing if they stay closed. If not, I'm thinking of just putting the Velcro strips here and there, and just to close it up. I've never made buttonholes, because I could put buttons. I would like to try. Okay, what else have I been doing? I've been quilting. I hope I'm not boring you guys. yeah, I've been quilting. So this is one that's pre-printed, and it's a wall hanging. It's really, really cute. I'm sorry I can't show the whole thing to you, but it's adorable. And I'm sorry I didn't have it finished because it's beautiful autumn colors as well too. But yeah, this I'm quilting for now. This is a long going project that I bought recently a new sewing machine to quilt with, but this was already started by hand, so I'm continuing it by hand. It's my son's. I made it for him, and this has a really funny story to it, this blanket. That's the border of the blanket. I have a video that's showing these blankets as well too. I laid them on my kitchen table to show you guys the quilts that I have made, and they're not all quilted. That's the thing. I have so many of them made that they're not quilted. This will probably be my last one that I'm going to quilt by hand though, because I have to learn how to quilt by machine. I have to do it because doing the quilting, I don't know how to use the thimble on this side. This is the underside. This would go, this hand here would go underneath so you can feel the needle. And I just don't know how to use thimbles. I never have. I do once in a while use the thimble on this finger to push the needle through. But yeah, and I'm doing all these little squiggly lines on the one. And the funny story about this is that without even realizing, my son, without even realizing, because I had this done for years, and I always said that it was going to be his. This is the son that's married. He did the bedroom, the extra bedroom they have, which would be the kids' room, my grandson's room. He did that bedroom, all these colors. I couldn't believe it. There's the orange, and there's this green, and there's this yellow, and I couldn't believe it. When I saw this room finished, I said, Vito, did you do it because the blanket was that color? He goes, what blanket? And I said, the blanket that I made you. He goes, I can't remember which one it was. So when this is finished, it's gonna look like I made this for that room when, well, you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's a really funny story about that blanket. I couldn't believe it. I put something here. And what else? Okay, I talked to you about the baking, the gardening. I've been doing lots of cleaning, lots of cleaning. I'm trying to make space in my armoires, because here we have armoires. We don't have closets here, which is a bummer, because I would really like to have a closet in my master bedroom, just to get rid of the armoire that I have, because it's a mahogany. My whole bedroom set is mahogany, and I've really gotten tired of it. I can't stand it, and I got tired of it really fast. I thought to myself back then, we're going back 30 years when I got married. Why did I pick this room out? I don't like it. I don't know why I picked it out. I don't know why. So cleaning my closets, we'll call them closets and not armoires. I have a huge one in my hallway, and in every bedroom I have these armoires, which this one in the hallway and the one in my smaller son's room has a lot of my linen saved in it. So taking this linen out, I've been finding surprises, which I knew about, but I've been finding surprises, and I'll show you because I do have them out. And I can't remember who I've been talking to that I have been wanting to show you my good linen. When you get married here in Sicily, it's not really that much now, but I would like to move my coffee away because it's one thing that they're marked with. They have these little yellow marks everywhere, and I took them out because I do want to start washing them, but the problem with isn't washing them here. The problem here for me, because I live on ground floor, is hanging them and then ironing them, because I do love ironing. I love ironing. I don't mind ironing, but you need a good iron to iron these. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Anyways, they have these little yellow stains that go away right away as soon as you wash them, but they do come back with years to come. This, I think this is the blanket. Yes, this is a blanket, which I use when my son got married, I used, not for the baptisms, because for the baptisms I have this beautiful organza one where I put colored sheets underneath, and you can see the colored sheet through the blanket, wet blanket, call it a blanket. It's a bed cover. Let's call it a bed cover. These blankets have bed covers, all have their matching sheets. So this is an ivory one, which the matching sheet to this one I had preferred in white. So I have the white sheets that go with this bed covering. This is another bed covering, which the sheets are the same color. They have the same border. They have the same, look at that. I hope it shows up good for you guys. This is probably one of the most expensive ones, let's say. So yeah, like I said here, when you get married, when I got married, I had to have 25 pairs of sheets, 25 tablecloths, tons and tons and tons and tons of towels. And then my own personal, the mother and the daughter go out and buy everything intimate, you know, the first nightgown that you're going to wear for your wedding night, and all, you know, they'll buy you 25 pairs of underwears and bras and everything you're going to need for the years to come. What else is brought from the girls' side? The man brings the house and the furniture, which my husband did. We had a house. My house was given to him by my mother-in-law, and the furniture was bought by my mother-in-law and father-in-law. And the girl brings all the linen, carpets, and curtains. So yeah, that's the way things used to go. Things are changing now in modern times. They're not doing so much of this stuff here because a lot of girls are thinking, what am I going to do with this good stuff? And they're right, you know, because this stuff here is hardly ever used anymore. You know, when I do use them for when my kids got married, they're taken off before, when my son got married, because I only have one son married, but they're taken off before I go to bed that night, because I couldn't never let my husband sleep in one of these in case he was to stain something or to, you know, we don't use them. They're only used for, you know, for a show and tell. This is another one. I think this is a tablecloth, actually. So they're mixed, tablecloths and bed linens and things like that. This is, I can't remember, probably sheets. But yeah, imagine these on colored sheets. Just beautiful. Okay, and last but not least, I was watching a video the other day. I watch her vlogs mostly of Arts and Parts. Jerry Bellini. So I was watching her video the other day, and she showed this beautiful hat box that she found. And I told her, you know what? I have one, but mine, hers it's almost in pristine condition. Mine is like this. You seen that? It's big. It's a bit different form. It's kind of like a round form with one straight edge. And on the inside, I have all my little bundles of fabric ready. What I have done with this is, because it's such in bad shape, I'm going to be redoing this hat box. So I will be showing it to you when I get it done on the outside. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. But for the meantime, on the inside, I glued paper, first of all, to make it nice and sturdier. And then I glued some fabric that I had, some, you know, plain ivory fabric. So on the inside, it's nice and clean to put my little fabric bundles and everything. It wasn't smelly or anything. It was just old. It was ripped up and everything. It wasn't, you know, nice to put fabric in it the way it was. I used to have pine cones in here instead. That's where I would save all my Christmas pine cones, which strangely, when I went to get this hat box, because I had it in the other side of the house, there was no pine cones in it. So I don't know where my pine cones are. So yeah, and I will be doing this. I'm thinking of a nice ivory, and what I'm thinking as well too is to do a beautiful stencil on you know, this side here. And I don't know what I'm gonna do about the handles or anything. When the time comes, I'll you know, think about what I'm gonna do with it, because as it is, it has no value. Jerry's is beautiful because it's in pristine condition. It probably has value to it. This doesn't. It's just too far gone. It's too ripped, and I got lots of old things because I'm a fanatic with. I used to be. I'm not really that much anymore with antiques because I have no more room in my house, and I would like to go modern. So, okay. So what else did I have to talk to you guys about? I showed you the hat box. I talked about the gardening and the baking. I've been baking a lot, and I have to stop because I'm gaining weight. And who knows me, that for a long time, I was recently in 2016, I was operated with the mini gastro thing. And you got to watch out because you can gain weight. And it's because, like I said, I haven't really been doing much of. I clean in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'm in my bedroom. I think I'm suffering a little bit of depression. I am suffering a little bit of depression, having lots of personal problems with somebody in the family, and my mother's death. I can't stop thinking about my mom. And personally, in my family, with my kids and my husband, everything is, perfect, and thank goodness. But yeah, I've been kind of, closed up in my room. And that's why I think I'm doing a lot of sewing projects and things like that too, because I can sit down in my room and do these things, the quilting and the carpet and everything, and just watch movies. And I don't know, I think it just gets my mind off of it. And I haven't really been wanting to, do mixed media. I miss it, and I do miss it, but I just can't get in here and start doing it. So, I don't know when you guys are going to be seeing me next, other than showing other projects that I've done. I do have a lot of things that I have to restore. Old chairs that I would like to do. And this is the perfect weather outside right now to do it because it's not too hot. And it still hasn't really gotten cold, but it's not the cold that I'm worried about because here it doesn't really get that cold. It's, semi-tropical here. But yeah, the winter can get cold here, but I'm close by the sea too, so we really get that sea cold air in the winter time here. Yeah, what else? What else? What else? Other than I really, really miss you guys, and I'm sorry that I haven't been around to watch videos, and I'm really, really sorry about that. Like I said, I'm just not in the mood to do mixed media, and I can't get into watching, mixed media videos, but I'm constantly thinking about you guys and how much I miss it, and who knows? Who knows? Who knows the winter time now will get me back into doing these things and things like that. And that I am slowly starting to feel better. But like I said, personal problems really affect, the way you want to do things and things like that. So, and I see that my battery is going, and it's probably been a really long video. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I hope you've lasted up until now. And, but I won't promise anything, but I hope to, be around soon and start getting into something different that will bring me into this room as well too, which I abandoned. And in a sense that I abandoned, I have been, trying to organize a lot too, organize a lot of papers and magazine things, and because I just have a mess. I have a mess, and I have to organize this stuff, and I am slowly organizing it, but yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And like I said, I hope soon to be around. And I hope everybody I hope everybody's good out there. I hope everybody's fine. And I love you all. And that's about it. So everybody take care. And until the next time. Bye-bye.